guys, welcome to or welcome back to Noras Cove. If you're new here, I'm Yoshida, and here at the Cove, we like to budget and plan in confidence using a planner. Today, you guys, I'm going to go over the new budget bundle, and it's here in my Classic HP, which is my new budget planner. I did change the disc out. Here, I thought I was missing two of these. I found them later after I did it, but I'm going to probably still change them because these are still a little tough to turn. But you get this cover page here. You get a yearly overview calendar. You get your monthly financial goals, and each month you'll write down what your goal is for each month. You can do it by month or you can do it all at once, and then you have a note section here. Next up, a part of that monthly financial goals, you get to write some main goals here. You get 5 sections, and next to each box, you have the action steps for that, and you will check off the action steps, and you get 4 action steps, and if you like, you can use that top line. Next, we have the annual budget overview. This is one of my favorite parts of this. You do get a graph page here, and you get a graph page behind this. Each of these are separable. Like, you can take them out, move them wherever you like. And then here at the annual overview, you have the year. You can type in the year. And then we have your category, budget, and actual. So what you plan to make for the whole year as far as income, what you budget that to be. At the end of the year, this is kind of considered the end of the year review, which we had in the back of our old bundle. And then at the end of the year, you put what you actually made for the year, your total of bills and expenses that you think that you will spend and what you budgeted that for, your savings and your debt. And then at the end of the year, what actually got done. And then you can break it down by month, almost like a budget check-in. So in January, what was your income for January? My suggestion is after each month, come in and fill this in. We do have a budget closeout insert. I'll be putting that on the website as a digital download since I'm no longer printing those. And you can take from your budget closeout and put here what you did for your income for the month of January, what were your bill and expenses for the month of January, your debt, savings, and so on, and then the total, and then that is 12 months right up under your annual review of everything else. Again, everything is separable. You can move this to the front. You can move this to the back. Now we're going to get into the quarterly budget. Here in the quarterly budget, I've already started doing some things here. For January, you have income, bills, expenses, others, and remaining. And this is January, February, March, and then the total at the end of your quarter. And then beginning of quarter one, what was your rollover balance and what was your end of quarter one balance? Your beginning debt at quarter one and the end of quarter one, what was your debt? And then your savings, the beginning of quarter one and then the end of quarter one. And then here, I'll show you also something else. Here, this is my copy, but there was a mistake, so savings was here twice. I've since changed this, and it is available on the website in the correct form. So it'll say income, expense, bills, savings, debt, and rollover. So keep that in mind. And then again, the same thing here for quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. And then next we get on to the yearly overview, the 2026 yearly overview. You can do 1 line a day. You can list your bills. I wasn't going to add it, but I decided to add it because that way it's another way of you tracking your bills. Unless you just don't use this as just a budget planner, you may want to put it inside of a regular planner as well. And the first page is quarter 1, the second page is quarter 2, third page quarter 3, and the last page is quarter 4. Again, everything is separable. And then this is just, I put in my main calendar, but with a dated calendar, but this is just for me. But you will get an undated calendar, enough for 12 months, and you will just fill in, they come in blank. So they'll just be blank, and then you can put in the month, because a lot of people don't monthly plan. I definitely have to have a 12-month calendar, and I just prefer dated. Okay, on to Bill Tracker. Bill Tracker is something I put in. Again, this is something that'll be available for digital download on the website, and you'll be able to print as many as you want. And then we have our new dashboard. Our chess dashboard is make your next move your best move. which seems to be popular already, but that won't be in there, of course. So then you get into your monthly budget. Here at the monthly budget, you have your source of income. This is your income section, excuse me. You have your source of income. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And for me, mine is rollover, hair, nails, and no code, which is Noras Cove. You'll put in the budgeted amount, the actual amount, and whether you were over or minus what you thought you would make from each category or each source. And then here you have the month. And then come down to fixed bills. And then you'll put your the date, the bill, the budget, what you budgeted that bill to be, and the actual, and then the total here at the bottom and what's remaining. And then we'll move over to our variable expenses, and you'll roll over the remaining here. You'll put in the date, the bill, the budget amount, and then the actual. And then here's your total and your remaining. And then savings, you'll bring that remaining amount down here. And then the account, the savings account, budget, and actual. I'm going to double check this and make sure this is lined up correctly. And then here is your summary section of the total bills, expenses, savings, and then what's remaining. So you'll take your total income here. You'll take your total bill expenses, put it here. Your, and that's these two here. And then your savings and other you'll put here. And then what's remaining. And you get 12 months of these. And again, these are separable. So if you want to put it with your calendar, you have the option to do that. You get a notes pages on the back. So you can take it out here. Go to your monthly. In my case, I'm using a dated calendar, and I can pop it here, which I may do. Because I believe with the undated calendar, you don't get like a gold section. You don't get all of this here. So next up, after that section, we have the weekly paycheck budget. And you get a cover page. On the back of that cover page, you get a notes section. And then this is just mine for my half letter. But then here with your paycheck budget, I'm going to show you a blank copy. But well, let's just use this so you can see how we did it. You get your source of income, just like your monthly, the budgeted amount, and the actual amount. Here in your bills due, you put the date, the bill, the budget amount, and then the actual amount. What I like to do is at the end of the week, I will come in and fill out what it actually was. And a lot of times my bills are pretty much what I expected them to be. And then expenses, you have room for your expenses. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 lines for that and the amount. And then here, envelopes section, you get your date, bill, budget, and actual. So miscellaneous, salon, for me, food, and groceries. And these are the things that are generally, and you can use this for digital envelopes or your regular envelopes, your physical envelopes. You get the total here and what's remaining. And then the savings category. Savings, you get your category, deposit amount, and then the balance, what's left in that. And then here's your summary again here at the bottom. Your total income, your total bills, your total expenses, envelopes, savings, and then this will be your rollover. Once you subtract all of this from your total income, that is what your rollover amount is, and you will take that rollover amount and add to your next week of source of income. Again, let's see, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But because it is a digital, you'll be able to just print just this section if you need to do that. And your printer should allow you to print, let's say, page, if this was 89 through 97. So you'll be able to do that. Here's one of our new covers, our luxury dashboard. And then we get into your debt tracker. On your debt tracker, you have your debt, your creditor, the minimum amount due, the date that you normally pay it, and then here you get 2 on a page. So you get the date, amount paid, and remaining, and then you have your starting balance, the account number of this particular debt, the interest rate, and then here you have a section for snowball or avalanche, like which one are you using to pay it off, and you'll just put a tick there or a check mark. If you're doing snowball, you'll put a check. If you're doing avalanche, you'll put a check. And you get 1, 2, 3, 4 pages front and back of that. And keep in mind, you have 2 sections, so you have a lot of pages to, a lot of sections to do your debt tracker. Next, we get into the savings tracker. I've already done some of mine. And here I'm saving for car repairs. My monthly goal is to have $100 to $200 in there. I've only got $5 in mine. And then the goal and your starting balance. And then you get 2 here. I actually need to fill this out and I'll come back and finish filling that out. And you get 1, 2, 3 of those, but keep in mind you have 2 sections and they're front and back. Again, everything is separable. And when you're printing, you can print more if you need more. Next, we get into the sinking funds. And I've already filled in my sinking funds. And you have the fund, the goal amount, and due by. So for me, my girls trip, I want to have a little extra spending money. I need $750. And my goal is by October 29th, 2026. And I kind of want to move that date up. But if I reach $750 before then, that'll be fine. And you have your date, the amount, and the balance. And then this is my second fund here, which is my sister's bridal shower. I just need $400 by April 4th, 2026. Again, same thing, you get 2. So you get 1, 2, 3 pages of that. But again, you have 2 on each page. And again, everything is separable. Now we'll get to the spending tracker. And on your spending tracker, you have your date, your item amount, and then card or cash here. And then you can click or put a check mark if you did card or cash. Again, the month, you get 1, 2, 3. 3 pages of that, again, front and back. And then I updated the credit score tracker. It seems like everyone liked the original layout. But what I did this time was Q1, I listed here in these boxes Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and you can write in your score that what it was for Q1 with Experian, what was your score in Q1 for Equifax, what was your score for TransUnion in Q1, and so on and so forth through Q2, 3, and 4. And then here, monthly, you can track. You can use a dot marker to track where your credit score was, and by the end of the year, you can use a pen to line the dots up. And that's that. And then our last section is notes. Notes is the last section, and you get 4 pages, 2 pages, but 4 pages. I'm just making sure because I have extra stuff in here and I've moved mine around. But yeah, so you get like 2 pages of notes, but it technically is 4. And again, you can move these if you want to move your notes to the front. You can do that. Oh, here's one. So it's 3 pages of notes because you have notes on the back of your credit score tracker. So again, you can take your credit score tracker out of the back. I technically would want mine in the front. I think it was an add-on and I realized everyone liked the original and I decided to add it because it was in the original. The first 2, I believe, that I did, I had a credit score tracker. So, and I just think this format is easy. Y'all, these rings are, or these discs are working my nerves. But I'm going to move mine to the front. And if you're a type person where you rather have your calendar in the back, you can do that as well. Again, I just like a dated calendar for myself. But I wanted to also, like I said, make sure that I had, I'm going to put it here. Let me see. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that all the pages were separable. That was something, a little feedback I had gotten before. And in my mind, they were separable. Like you could take out the monthly and move it, but the monthly was back to back. So I wanted to, again, make sure that the pages were movable, separable, and you can move this around any way that your brain works and that flows for you along your budget and financial journey. But that is it for the breakdown of the new finance bundle. It is now available on the website. And also the good thing about this, if I decide to add any pages to it, you will get that updated version. If I decide to go in, if someone said, hey, Yoshida, I saw a mistake on this particular insert, I can go in and fix it and you'll get the updated version. And again, you can, with the digital version of this, you can always print as many copies as you like. If you want to buy 2 different sizes, or if you know how to size down from your current size in your PDF app or whatever, you can get as many sizes and copies as you like and print as many times as you like. Yes, it says 2026. I will probably update it next year because I'm trying to get it where it's just the same year after year. I started creating these back in 2019 and they have evolved, but you can take this out, you can take out this dated calendar and just use those pages over and over throughout the years, the year, anything like that. Also, I have the old version up on my website as well, so if you like that version better, I prefer the new, but if you like the old, you're welcome to do so as well as print that out as well. But this is our latest, our newest, and just feel free to download it. Like I said, it's downloadable. Also, go to my Instagram page if you want to get a discount and look at any of the codes that I have, the affiliate codes. I know Bree sends a lot of people here, so her code is Bree10. I'll put it there. Jazz10. Those are like a couple of codes there. Make sure that I put them here somewhere on the screen. So if you want to use a discount code to get your bundle. If you have any questions about current insert or anything related to this particular planner and the bundle, I'd be happy to answer your questions in the comment sections. If this was your first time visiting my page, enjoying this type of content, let me know in the comment section so I can welcome you to the Cove. Also, if you like today's video, do me a favor, hit that notification bell, subscribe, come back for more, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.